Lewis, it's been a busy night, a 3:38 earlier and a 13:16. Is that the kind of ambition coming out here?
Yeah, more so like a workout stimulus too. But you know, I got hurt this fall, and I just kind of wanted to get more racing since I didn't have indoor season. So I think this is a good way to kind of break up training and get into some competitive fields that like cause me to be tactically aware. And like that 1500 tonight, like, or this evening, you know, obviously I could have been the fastest, but we decided just to race the race and just like also give more time between the 5K, but mostly just like getting tactically aware. Like, you know, in Oslo and Stockholm, I'm going to be in 12:40 situations, so there's not too many situations where I run 13:20, 13:16. So just a workout. Not a workout, but like, you know, I don't want to undermine the meet, but like we got bigger things coming up end of May, first week of June.
And what is the plan then in the weeks ahead?
Yeah, just kind of training for 3 weeks, and then I'll open up a 5K up in Oslo, and you know that feels really stacked. So as long as I can be competitive and you know put myself out there, then I think I'm good. And then 2 days after Oslo, I got Stockholm running a 3K, and good way to simulate just the Olympic races, because you know you race on a Thursday, 2 days rest, run on a Sunday. So just I don't know, just a workout, nothing special.
And is it going to be all in on the 5K for Paris?
Yeah, 5K. I'm trying to be a 1500 meter runner, but it's not working out. But yeah, I guess 12.5 laps, and you know, just run, make the final in the Olympics, and then hopefully after that, just you know, see where I'm at and try to make my 4th global final in a row. So.
And getting hurt in the fall, how much time did that cost you?
Yeah, so like I took a break after Prefontaine and 3 weeks off, and I was just doing other stuff, and kind of like my first month back, I just kind of felt something in my left glute, and then got really tight, and then it ended up being an MRI. I got an MRI, and it ended up being a stress reaction in my sacrum. So it took me out for like a solid 9 weeks, and I didn't start running really until like February. So, which might help out a lot in the long run, because you know, professional season is in September. So that's you know, I'm trying to be my best on August 10th, and I'm not trying to get caught up in the American system where they're trying to be the best in June. So I know where I'm at, and I'm confident in my training, confident in my racing, and you know, over 10 weeks left to the Olympic final. So they were in a good place to do something big in Paris.
And you mentioned Oslo, Stockholm. Do you think you're going to try and go for a big time at one of those?
I mean, Oslo, they're trying to run 12:30. But you know, I raced those guys a lot last year in the Daily circuit, and you know, I always tell myself like, why not? Like, we're gonna go for it, and like, if we blow up and run 13 minutes, and that's okay. Like, I know where I'm standing, and you know, the Olympics, it's going to be tactical, and maybe it's a 12:50 race, but if it's a 12:50 race, we're prepared, and I'm just trying to compete, that's all. This year's not about time. I hate chasing time. That's why I have to be in D. I don't know, but just, yeah, more racing and less about time. I don't care about time.
You're talking about the tactical side of it. Are there some things tactically that you can take from a meet like this moving forward?
Yeah, it's like that 1500 meter race is like got kind of messy, because like, I mean, I went out in 43 for the first 300, and then our next 400 was 59, and then the next 400 after that was 60. So that's pretty slow if you're trying to run a 1500 meter at this rate. And yeah, just like I had to make some moves, kind of be on the outside of the shoulder, making sure I'm not getting boxed in, and you know, if someone's on my shoulder, then I'll like press a little bit so they won't pass me. And it's just being kind of smart in those race situations, because like, you know, last year at Worlds, like I ran that race 90% perfect, right? Like to the T, 90% of that race, but I just didn't defend my positioning on the last heading to the curve with a lap to go, and I kind of got boxed in, and like I couldn't go. If I went wide, I would have been running lane 3, so I decided to stay in lane 1, and just like, there are just so many guys to kind of go around with the last 100, and I think I just made some tactical errors that cost me a medal. And yeah, just like those situations, be like smart enough, because like I know I can be there with laps to go, but it's honestly about positioning. And with laps to go, they had to jump on me, so I might have closed in 52, 53, but they already had a head start on me. So yeah, it's like those types of situations. Like today, one of the Under Armour guys that came up on my shoulder with 300 to go, so I had to press a little bit more to make sure he didn't go around me. Yeah.
And just on that fourth place in Budapest, like obviously Mohammed Katir was ahead of you. I guess now that all that's come out about his case, like how do you feel about that result, that final, and what you might have lost?
Yeah, it's like upsetting. You know, it's like if you're a two-time medalist, then your standards are the highest, right? So like, you know, this is what we signed up for, and if you want to compete at the world stage, it's like, yeah, you have to submit your whereabouts. It's like no one should be told to like, you know, I think his fault was he blamed the system's fault, and I think he did a bad part on that. But it sucks for the sport, but also at the same time, it's good for the sport because, you know, we all play fair, play clean. But you know, I had a lot of respect for him, but like at the same time, man, he missed 3 tests within the year. I just like, I don't want to say too much, but like, just be more accountable for yourself and be smart. It's like, if you're making a lot of money and you have 2 medals and you drive a Mercedes, whatever, then like, obviously submit your whereabouts and don't try to cheat the system. That's all.
Thank you.
Yeah.